So today we're adding a new vehicle to the 4K motoring fleet, only this one doesn't move. Pretty recently, I've discovered sim racing. Those of you that have been following my channel for any length of time know that I've slowly been getting my Corvette ready for a little bit more aggressive driving, maybe even a little bit more track time than I've done already. That is definitely a goal of mine. But as anybody that works on cars knows, this stuff is expensive. I mean, just working on the car itself to keep it ready, this car is 24 years old, that is expensive. Track days themselves are expensive, and that's assuming nothing bad happens. A little over 2 months ago, I discovered a local racing cafe, Apex Racing Labs. If you guys have not checked this out, if you're in the Raleigh area, or if you guys have not checked out anything like this in your area, these things are actually a lot of fun. Pricing is a little bit questionable for what they offer, but for the most part, you get a chance to drive different cars and different courses. The accuracy and realism is quite impressive. And after doing that for a little while, I decided maybe I want that in my house. So, because this stuff is also kind of expensive, I've slowly started acquiring different pieces and components to this setup. So far, I have built my own computer, we'll talk about that. I've got a set of pedals, I've got a wheelbase, I've got a steering wheel, and I have an old monitor that I will use for now, but I'll be ordering another one here soon. About a month and a half ago, I ordered a cockpit. Now, I know there's a lot of different opinions on cockpits for these setups. I ordered the Fanatec ClubSport GT Cockpit just because of the overall way it looks. This is going to be kind of a functional piece of furniture for my house, and to get the approval from my other half to put this in a kind of public space in the house, I wanted to get one that kind of looked halfway decent. Adjustability is really good for different people that may want to come over and use it. So all in all, that's the one I chose. Unfortunately, these things have been back ordered. Shipping is just slow with this company, and it's been about a month and a half and I still don't have it. So now fast forwarding a couple days, we have our V1 cockpit installed. Now I will have specific videos outlining and reviewing all these products individually, but suffice it to say, we have our version 1 cockpit. This is kind of a weird composition of products. Our cockpit is from Amazon. We're actually waiting. I ordered one of the Fanatec ClubSport GT Cockpits almost 2 months ago now that it was back ordered. It is set to be delivered soon, but until then I wanted something I could actually use. From Amazon, they had some of these cockpits that were very inexpensive, around $300, coming with this seat, some adjustability, and a monitor stand. So I picked up one of those ahead of time just so I could actually get some use out of this stuff. And so far it's been okay, honestly. It is not the best by any means. The seat has some flex to it. It twists a bit the way it's built. There's flex in every component here, but for usability, it's actually kind of usable. I don't really hate it. It's gotten me some racing time. It's gotten me some pretty good lap times. And for the price point, it is kind of hard to beat, especially if you want to put that money into better equipment for your sim rig. Speaking of the components for the sim rig, what we have for our wheelbase, this is a direct drive wheelbase from Simagic, their Alpha Evo Pro wheelbase with 18 Newton meters of torque, and their GTNeo wheel. This is one of the best value wheels that I've seen from any reviews. We did stay with the Simagic ecosystem. I got their P-1000 pedals, but I did upgrade to the hydraulic system for the brake pedal just for some added realism. And for our monitor, this is an old 27-inch monitor, 4K, 60 hertz that we've had for editing in the past. It's not exactly the best for gaming, but it's what we're using for now, and I'll tell you my thoughts on that in just a moment. This is a Corsair 5000D case with a Ryzen 9800X 3D processor. You can see we have plenty of cooling, a bunch of fans, so we got plenty of airflow. We are running our old 3080 graphics card. This is overclockable and seems to be pretty adequate for what we're doing with it. It's got 4 terabytes of memory and 32 gigabytes of RAM. Should do us just fine for iRacing. Now I will say, clearly we can see why this one was so much cheaper than the Corsair Fanatec one that I ordered. So I've already done just a handful of races so far, gotten into rookie class here in iRacing. It's been a lot of fun. This monitor actually isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's just 60 hertz, just a 27-inch monitor. These things are relatively inexpensive. I am running 4K with full graphics, but so far it's been a good time. So let's go ahead and get into this race. This will be my 5th race, and we'll see how we do. So right now we're at Motorsport Arena Ultrawide. I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but I've done a couple races there so far, and I think I'm getting the hang of it. So far, I've gotten the opportunity to drive in competition. Obviously for rookie class, just the MX-5, the Miata, and the M2 CS, the BMW. And what I found is the M2 is definitely faster, but it's definitely snappy and harder to drive. The Miata is a whole lot more forgiving, still a little bit sketchy. It doesn't really have any electronic aids or anything like that. It is purely a driver's car, but it is a little bit more forgiving of poor throttle input, poor brake, that sort of thing. Last race I was in, I got second place, and that was with me spinning out once during the race. So hopefully, if I can keep this car on track this race, we might have a chance at the podium, if not the win. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's qualify. All right, let's get it. Full throttle. Step on the brake, trail brake in a little bit. Get some steering angle and start adding throttle. There we go. Still heating up a little bit, but we're good. Get one more lap in. All right, 142.5 is our fast lap. All right, here we go, guys. Got an okay start, not great. All right, we can hear the cars kicking off. There I am. I'm trying to stay clean. Found a gap, exploited it. Got a pretty clear road. I see this guy come up ahead and try to go low, but the guy in front of me just stops, which caused me to rear end him. And then you can see the damage in front of my car. I have wheel damage and my steering wheel was crooked the entire time. Ooh, I just narrowly avoided that. And here's where I'm debating whether or not I can stay in this race or go to the pits. Ultimately, the car is driving well enough that I'm only losing a little bit of time, where in a 12-minute race, I know I would never make up for that going to the pits. So I decided to stay out. Definitely don't have the run out of there. And here I'm getting past and I really can't do anything about it. Give them plenty of room. And as we pull in here, I slot in behind. Making this left turn was pretty difficult. So you can definitely feel, especially in the high speeds, this steering wheel issue. But we're gonna try and push through. And I just don't have the speed. All right, for this race, we ended up with basically net no change at all with the safety rating, just barely increased. We did have that collision early on, and our I rating went up just ever so slightly. We're sitting right now at a 2.79. I believe when I reach a 3.0 is when I get to Class D. That opens up some new racing for me. So what do you guys think? Is this something that you guys could see yourself doing? And better yet, is this something you guys actually have in your homes? From the shipping notifications I've recently gotten, I expect most of my other components, the new chassis and a new monitor, will be here very shortly. If you guys have ever tried this or have any of this stuff yourself, feel free to leave me any sort of tips and recommendations in the comments below. If this is content that you guys would enjoy seeing more of, more racing, more gear reviews like this, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So far, there are definitely some limitations with this setup, but some definite things I like as well. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you more of that, more in-depth reviews on specific components once I've had a little bit more time to adjust to them and to test them out. So make sure you're following along. As always, I'm Chris, this is 4K Motoring, and we'll see you next time.